Who wants to hear a shitty story? No one, but we're gonna tell it anyway because we read the whole thing, yeah. Welcome to the book club from hell. I'm really excited about these chapters because we're hitting Sangwoo's flop era, which is my favorite part.
Oh, I had notes that pretty much said exactly that.
Like, my man is falling apart and I love it.
All right, so what is this? Part 5. Part 5, Killing Stalking, chapters 41 through 50 is what I read.
Fuck yeah. That's what I read as well.
For like the third time.
Yeah, this is literally my third time through this, so.
Because you read it the first time and then you're like, oh, I'll read it again with you for, the second time, and you plowed through the whole thing and then you go back and read
I know,
it
I'm a fucking
to
idiot.
refresh.
Well, I didn't finish the last 5 chapters the first time I read it. So I read it through last year. And then this year, when we started doing this, I plowed through the whole thing so I could read the ending,
Yeah.
And then,
No, we should have read the ending together.
I know, now we're going chapter by chapter.
Yeah.
I wanted to know what was gonna happen, though. I was like, I don't want to wait a month. I want to know the ending.
I mean, so do I, but the thing is, I'm digesting 10 chapters at a time. You already knew it was happening.
Yeah, I already read everything else.
All right, so chapter 41. This one, these few skiing chapters had some like blocking that really confused me for a few of the things.
Yeah,
but
some of the movement in this one is weird. I really enjoy this skiing trip. I think it's very funny.
It is. It's extremely funny.
But there's a lot of weirdness going on in this whole bit. Okay, there's a panel here towards the beginning where you see like all the people skiing down the mountain and they're all like facing the wrong way and like half of them are like halfway down the snow. Did you see that?
Is it the very first panel or is it?
No, it's further down. It's like we see Boom, like he waves Boom down the mountain and he's struggling to ski down and trips on a rock and then it shows the mountain.
Okay, yeah. Right before he's on the ground.
Yeah, it's like, what? Huh? Like, half these people, it's like the snow's up to their belly button. And
yeah,
like,
that was more concerning for me.
I was like, wait, what's happening to all these other people, though? I know Boom fell down, but...
I think it's supposed to be, like, a hill. Like, like, you go up and down on these, like, beginner hills.
Yeah, I was like, what's happening to these people?
There's not a defined line unless there's a person there. So it just looks like they've, like, sunken into the snow.
Oh my god, this chapter opens with Boom skiing down the mountain, because Sangwoo said they were gonna go skiing, and he trips on a rock, and then Sangwoo, like, gaslights him. He's like, there were no rocks.
Well, yeah, so Sangwoo is snowboarding down the mountain, but Boom is skiing, and Sangwoo is trying to teach Boom how to ski. And, like, he is gaslighting him, but from what Sangwoo is saying, like, he's describing to him, like, you have to go back and forth, you have to do, like, the pizza pie, whatever, like, position, like, you can't be parallel. I was like, Boom sounds like he's just barreling headfirst down the hill, like, no stops. I was like, what are you doing?
He's really not doing very well. He's not a strong skier. And I mean, part of that might be, again, that he has 2 busted legs.
Yeah, his legs are still not great. He's fine walking on them, kind of, or at least he doesn't show any, like, pain.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say winter sports, probably not great for him.
Probably not, especially a sport that requires your ankles, like, heavily, and that's where he got hit with a sledge.
He, like, falls down the hill. Sangwoo gaslights him for no reason, calls him a chimpanzee, and then, like, pats his dick.
Yeah, he's like, do you have a boner again? Are you trying to get a boner? Is that why you keep barreling headfirst down the mountain?
Does that get you off? And then he, like, just throws him on the ground.
Right.
Like, he grabs his hood and just throws him.
And he asked him, or he doesn't ask him, he's like, haha, I get it, why you'd want to get a boner. It's addictive. I was like, hello, my name is Boom, and I'm a boner addict.
He is, though. That's unironically true. The man's a nymphomaniac. Yeah, no, we open on a very strong conversation here. Good stuff. Good stuff.
And then, Boom coming down the mountain again looks absolutely terrifying. It's just like a little black shadow. And I did not know what it was at first. I thought it was like a weird, like, spidery Slender Man. I was like, what am I seeing?
He does look awful. His legs are all, like, bowed.
Yeah, he fell over and it looked like an ostrich. I was like, what am I looking at?
Yeah, no, he's just not good.
But according to Sangwoo, he's a chimpanzee.
Yeah. Sangwoo accidentally does something nice because he picks up a lady that fell down thinking it's Boom because she has the same coat.
Right, and her hair is also black.
Yeah.
And she has the same hat, too.
Yeah, no, she's just wearing the same outfit as Boom, and Boom gets, like, jealous.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm also falling down.
Yeah, Sangwoo tells the girl to put some ice on her ankle, and he's all nice about it, and then he looks at Boom, and he's like, you suck.
You've been garbage this whole time. You're a terrible skiing companion.
Let's go, chimp.
Oh, it's so classic. They end up going to the infirmary because Boom is making a stink. I have a note here because he leaves Boom sitting with their gear on the bench while he goes to the infirmary to get new bandages.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know why Boom does this. He does that thing that, like, toddlers do where whenever he has to pee, he just, like, grabs his dick.
Yeah, well, I don't know if that's like a just a weird art thing, but like he's pushing his legs together and I don't know if it's just a result of him being like timid and the artist wants to show that like the timid hands thing like always together on the lap. But
Yeah.
it is an unfortunate
It's just
image.
weird. Like, I've seen, like, 4-year-old boys do that when they have to
Yeah.
pee. Like, literally every time I see it, my, like, babysitter instincts kick in. I'm like, "Do you need to use the potty?"
I saw it and I was like, is he gonna pee the seat? Because they also had the little like wiggle
Yeah, he's like,
action marks, so
"Oh my god, what a
but
dumbass."
yeah, he went to the bathroom like a big boy, but uh-oh, Sangwoo's board has been stolen.
Wah, wah, wah.
But not Boom's skis.
No, they didn't take Boom's skis. They had no interest in the skis. They took the
They just
snowboard.
wanted the board, yeah. And then they go home. Or to the wherever the fuck they're
Yeah,
staying
they go to the
at this
grocery
ski
store.
resort. Oh yeah, they go to the grocery store first. They go to the grocery store first, and I had a note about how Boom blushed when Sangwoo went behind him and put his hands next to Boom's hands on the cart. And I was like, he's blushing more at the hands next to each other than his ass up against Sangwoo's crotch.
Honestly, he's like, "Wow, I'm so tiny." Doesn't he like some man with big hands? He is really small though, like in this
He's so
scene
small. Yeah.
particularly. It's like really noticeable because Sangwoo is like surrounding him.
Yeah. But they have this whole cart and all they get is this like red bag.
Yeah, I don't why'd they get the whole ass cart? I think what's supposed to be happening is they are in the middle of shopping for their own food, and Sangwoo sees this other girl and is like, "I have a
Yeah.
plan," and he runs up to her and bonks her on the butt with his shopping cart, and she's like, "Oh, you're not buying any food? You can have some of our food."
Yeah.
Like, I think it's purposeful.
Which is ridiculous because he's rich.
Yeah, no, he's got money. He wants them to cook for him, though.
Yeah, she doesn't even look like she had shit in her shopping cart though.
No.
So,
This is a store full of empty shopping carts.
but yeah, they get invited or no, she gets invited to their place, right? Like at
Yeah,
first I assumed like if she's cooking, it's gonna be at her place, but it turns out it's like Sangwoo Boom's place.
yeah.
And she and her friend come
They come
over.
over and cook for them. Sangwoo is in a weird mood.
Yeah.
They're in this entire they have a bunch of soju bottles with the labels blurred out.
Which is like you drew them.
Yeah, you
Like
didn't have to do that.
but he calls Boom Hyung at one point. And I was like, what the fuck?
You're like, "Whoa, where'd that come from?"
It's just because he wanted to make fun of him.
Yeah, honestly. He tells the girls that he broke Boom's legs with a hammer, and they're like, "Haha, you're hilarious." Like, there's not a joke.
No,
There's no punchline to that.
no.
But
Uh Master of Sarcasm song.
yeah,
He just tells the truth.
he just says shit, you know?
Why does he he like half tries to set Boom up with like the other girl, kind of like he's like poking fun at him, like, oh, she likes you or whatever. But then he gets jealous and shoves his hand down Boom's pants,
Yeah.
which is exactly what happened in that yaoi that I just watched. Like he wasn't jealous, but he was trying to assert his dominance and he shoved his hands down the other guy's pants. But in the yaoi, he definitely put his finger up his ass.
I think he probably did here too, right? Like,
He probably did here too.
he's pretty in there.
Yeah, he's more like grabbing his ass because there's this like incredible panel where he's got like two round balls on his ass.
Yeah, no, it is classic. It is immediately
There's
iconic.
a huge separation in between the cheeks. Like,
Fucking jealous Boom a few minutes ago was like, I'd like a little bit of attention, please. And jealous Sung was like, I will finger you at the dinner table and accuse you of murder. Like,
in front of the other two girls.
nobody could stop me. There's this extremely rude bit where like these girls ask Sangwoo if he has a girlfriend because he's cute, and he's like, nope. And they ask Boom, and he's like, I do. And the girl goes, that's kind of surprising. You can't say that to people. Like, what? That's incredibly rude.
Boom's just really easy to make fun of.
He is. Everyone he's ever met makes fun of him.
Let's see, what else? Oh, Sangwoo's like really rude to the girls. He like straight up tells them to leave. He's like, go away.
You know, he gets angry that they're flirting with Boom and tells them to fuck off, and they do.
And he gives like valid reasons at first. He's like, I want to wash up and sleep, but then he's like, Also, you're fat. Get out of here. Like, it's like, okay.
It's terrible.
So the girl puts on a puffy coat over her shorts, and I was like, that's exactly what happened in Boston today because it was 39 degrees out.
I mean, mood.
Yeah. Everyone's like, ooh, shorts time, but they still had like jackets on.
God, that's such a look, though. So Sangwoo goes to take a bath,
Right, we get Sangwoo fan service.
as always.
Yeah.
And Boom is like,
Still waiting to we haven't seen his naked ass yet, have we?
have we seen his naked ass? I feel like we have, but I might
I
be
feel like
thinking of something else.
No, you know what? I don't think we have because whenever he's had sex, he's had his underwear on.
Yeah, wait, why does he do that?
We're not allowed to see his ass.
He's self-conscious about his ass. It's okay.
I wanna see it.
I would also like to see it.
It's because it's flat. Everything else on his body is, like, ripped, but he has no ass.
Honestly, and he knows it.
Yeah.
Anyway. He goes to take a bath. Fucking Boom walks in, he's like, "You're acting like a crazy person. Why do you keep saying shit like that? What the fuck are you thinking?" And Sangwoo's like, "I don't think."
Yeah, he says, "I don't think I don't plan," and I was like, "You 100% plan some things, you fucking liar." Like the fucking hook.
It's true, it's true. You do be planning things sometimes. Sometimes
Yeah.
you do be planning things. I have seen you plan things.
If you didn't plan things, you would 100% be caught by now.
Yeah. Though I will say that a lot of this comic, and I've always appreciated this about Killing Stalking, does run purely on the incompetence and malice of the police.
Oh, yeah.
Sangwoo is really not that difficult to catch.
They're pretty fucking stupid.
He can do a lot without getting caught.
My only other note was, like, when he says, "This is like a ceremony," I have no idea what that means.
Dude, me neither. I've read the whole thing and I don't even know what he means.
I d
Sometimes he just says shit. This is like I win all over again.
Yeah.
You're like, huh, okay.
Sure.
Cool.
Alright, next chapter, chapter 42.
Chapter 42. There's some good shit going on here.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of notes for this one.
I actually don't
but
either, because they spend a lot of it on the lift, right? They're back out skiing again. It's a new day.
well, first they have to buy a new board.
Yeah.
Sangwoo flexes his money.
Oh yeah, Boom gives him that weird hug on the mountain.
Yeah.
He like crashes into him and then won't let go.
Yeah. He like and Sangwoo gets self-conscious about it. He's like, everyone's staring at us.
That's the internalized homophobia, isn't it?
A little bit. But then he was like, oh yeah, because he told Boom, he was like, Boom, you gotta make up that 500,000 won somehow. Boom's like, okay. And then like 2 minutes later, he's giving him that weird hug. He's like, don't tell me that was you trying to make up for it. I was like, yeah, that was pretty lame. Like
That would be a lame payback for $500.
yeah. And give you a hug on the mountain.
There's a bit in here somewhere where they're talking and Boom says something like, oh gosh, where the fuck is this? There's a good gag in here where like Sungwoo's like, you're gonna do great, like just think about who you're with, and Boom like looks around for someone else that he's with.
Oh yeah. I was like, why does Boom think there's someone else there?
He's like, who's he talking about?
He's like, he's talking about himself, you dumbass. Like,
Boom has just no brain in his head at all.
oh yeah, he's nervous though because he's going from the beginner's course to like a whatever double black diamond whatever like intermediate
Mm-hmm.
shit or whatever, and he was like, don't I need like an intermediate pass and like blobbity bloopity. I'm like, my mom learned to ski on a triple black diamond. Like her brothers brought her up there and were like, okay, go, and like shoved her down the mountain.
That's hilarious.
So Boom, I think you'll be fine.
Boom will probably be okay. I've never been
Yeah.
skiing, and as far as I know, no one in my family has been skiing, but we did used to own a pair of hand-me-down cross-country skis from Mr. Tim that my dad used to beat up a fox in the backyard once when it tried to eat our cat.
Right. There's a lot to unpack there, but I understand all of it. So we're just gonna move on.
Anyway, they're on the lift. And Boom is getting bullied by a 6-year-old boy.
Yeah. Which, okay, yeah, I think we should have probably prefaced this a little bit. Neither of us have gone skiing ever.
Yeah, no, I've never been skiing.
So anything we say about skiing is probably wrong, but you know,
Yeah, I know nothing about
whatever.
skiing.
We're smarter than Boom. But yeah, they get on the lift and they're holding their skis, which I don't think you're supposed to do.
I have literally no idea. Literally no
I'm
clue.
pretty sure you're supposed to just wear them.
I mean, that makes sense to me, but
yeah, because there's a weird. I'm gonna skip ahead for a quick second. There's a weird like back and forth. This is like that blocking stuff that I'm really confused about. They're like holding their skis on the lift, but when they get off the lift, they're wearing them. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you don't. There's no way you could have put those on while you're still sitting on the lift with a bar over your lap. But Anyway,
Yeah, I
that's
don't know.
later
I
when
don't
they
know.
get
It doesn't
off.
make any sense.
They're on the lift, and this 6-year-old boy is being a douche.
Fucking, because Boom is like, oh, it's kind of high. Like, I'm scared I'll fall. Like, I think he's probably trying to flirt. And this little boy's like, you're an idiot. The bar will stop you from falling.
Yeah. And the little kid is, like, holding his snowboard with just his feet, and he's like, "No hands," and the lady with him is, like, trying to scold him a little bit, but,
Yeah,
it's not really working.
the mom is clearly not keeping this kid under control. He bumps Boom, and Boom drops one of his little skiing, like, sticks.
Yeah, that confused me too because later he
He
has
has
it again.
two,
I'm like, "What
yeah.
the fuck?" Like, why did you have it's like, you have both of them. You
Why
dropped
did you have a
one.
bonus one with you?
But anyway, Sangwoo the whole time, like, he has, like, one of those, like, masks over his, like, nose, like, mouth and nose, like, ski mask things,
Mhm.
but you can totally tell he's about to kill everybody on this
Yeah,
lift.
he is not enjoying this lift ride even a little bit. Like, he's fucking miserable up there.
And then he calls everyone stupid.
They get off, and the kid immediately bumps into Boom.
He bumps into Boom, Boom falls over and gets hit in the head with the ski lift.
It's extremely classic, and Sangwoo finally, like, storms up to the mom, like, "Lady,
He's like, "Control your kid."
please." But of course, he walks over there and then realizes, "I can't look at a woman without getting a psychotic episode."
He pictures the woman with, like, a Lady Boom face, like
He's picturing her looking like his mom.
I keep getting this ad for Pearl Boy at the bottom,
I
and
have
it
the Pearl
legit
Boy
just
ad
looks
too.
like it just looks like this comic, but with different colors and a little bit better looking Boom.
Oh my god, I used to get an ad for another one that was called something, like, way stupider, but I don't remember what it was anymore. Anyway, that's chapter 42. We got that one down
Yeah.
pat.
Yeah. Easy chapter. Whew, excuse me.
Oh, she
Chapter
tired. Oh,
43.
she tired.
I am a little bit yawny. A little bit yawny.
Anyway, looking at this woman is giving Sangwoo an episode. Like, he's, like,
Yeah.
freaking his vision's going blurry. Like,
He's like, "I didn't wanna see you ever again."
she's like, "I'll find the skiing pole." And Sangwoo's like, "Get away from me."
And I'm like, "But Boom has the skiing pole, 'cause you drew it."
Make believe land is anything you want. Oh, they do go find the pole before
They do.
Sangwoo walks up to him and says, "Let's go find the pole."
Yeah.
So don't worry. Canon it's all come back together. I understand now. Now this world is perfect.
Boom's getting better at skiing.
Yeah, but Sangwoo's really out of it now because he had to look at a mom. That freaks him out.
Yeah, Boom's like, look at me go, Dad," and he's like, "Fuck you, son."
He's like, "That's
Basically.
great, sport. I'm over here."
Yeah. He snowboards down the mountain. He's like, I'll wait for you at the bottom," and Boom's like disappointed.
Yeah, Boom is
Disappointed
sad.
by it.
Boom is pretty sad in a lot of these couple of chapters. He's not enjoying
Yeah.
this skiing trip. Like,
But yeah, Sangwoo's like still having an episode and he smashes into a lady. He smashes into a different lady.
yeah, and the her boyfriend is not terribly happy.
No. And he's very angry about it, and like the girlfriend's like, "It's fine, whatever," but he's like, "Apologize to her."
Yeah, he's got this whole machismo.
Yeah, and
For some reason, Boom skis over,
yeah.
and Sangwoo's like, "I'm fucking that guy."
Well, because the boyfriend goes, "Oh, you're here with your baby brother? Haha, you stupid." And Sangwoo goes, "Do you have sex with your brother?" I was like,
And then he
"Oh my
experiences like a microaggression. Like the guy's like homo.
god." Yeah.
Sangwoo's giving him like the serial killer claw hands.
And of course Boom hears that and he's like, "I just want to go home."
Yeah, he's like, "Let's just go
He
inside."
called me a homo.
So they do go home, and Sangwoo sits down on the couch and watches porn like he's watching a fucking football game.
Yeah. It's like, "I feel better because I'm watching porn on the big TV." Right, he was doing exactly what we wanted to do. He was living the dream.
Honestly.
We had this goal to like watch hentai on or just porn on like the TV that you could totally see from the outside.
Yeah, we did think that would be really funny, but we never did it
Yeah.
because our roommates did not think it would be as funny as we thought.
No. But also because we couldn't find any.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. We were trying really hard, but like
We were trying to find one that would be like funny, you know?
yeah, we didn't want just like regular porn. Like it had to be like a staged one.
Yeah, it
Like
had to
one
be
of those
something like
movies.
weird. Yeah.
But whatever. There is an ass on the TV.
There is an ass on the
Maybe
TV.
that's what you were thinking of.
I might have been thinking of this man's ass on the TV.
Yeah.
This is a weird porno that he's watching.
It is. It's
'Cause
missionary.
it's like a het porno, but it's, like, really focused on this man's body.
Yeah, which isn't a thing that happens.
No.
Unless it's, like, 4 ladies, but you
Yeah.
don't find that shit on, like, hotel
It's
TVs,
just
so
really odd. And Boom is like, "Are you okay?" That's repressed gay man porn that he's watching. And he and Boom have, like, the most awkward, like
Exchange?
yeah, it's just a very weird, like, Boom is like, "Here, I'll suck you off, that'll make you feel better." And Sangwoo's like, "No."
But all Boom does is take off his pants. He doesn't take off his shirt.
Yeah, no, I found that odd too, but whatever.
I was like, if you're gonna try and repay $500, you gotta take it all off, man.
It's true, it's true, it's $500.
Also, was he not wearing underwear, or did he just take it all off in, like, one
One go. I could honestly see it going either way with him, I have
Yeah.
no idea. Sangwoo's like, "Just leave me alone, go jerk off over there," and then Boom does.
Yeah. He does it!
Even though
He
clearly
does it!
Sangwoo was, like, speaking rhetorically. I was like, "This sucks." There's, like, a thap sound effect.
But you know what we do get? It cuts back, like, Sangwoo, like, is like, "Oh my god, is he actually doing it?" He turns, and it cuts back to Boom, and you can see dick.
That's true, he actually has
It's
a
not
dick
censored.
for once.
Yeah, but it's like a weird top-down bird's eye view of, like, the head of his dick.
Congratulations, Boom, you
It's
finally
super weird.
have a penis. I'm so proud of you. It took
You're
you
the only
43
one.
chapters, but you have one now.
He's the only one with one that isn't censored in this whole comic.
It's true, good for you.
Also, I know he's a tiny man, but his hands look kinda big. It's, like, wrapped
It's not a
around
bad size.
Yeah, he's at least got, like, a chode if it's not long. Like,
Yeah, no, good for you, Boom. It's not bad, it's
good
not
job.
bad.
But it is the next panel, it looks pretty small.
Yeah.
But in the one where you can see it, it does not.
No, it's not bad, it's not bad. Well, even the one where it's censored, it's like, it's at least bigger than, like, it's past his hand by some margin, so
Oh, yeah. But I'm talking about, like, the, like, circumference changes from panel to panel
no,
because
it
he's, like
becomes skinnier.
he's daintily, like, resting it in his fingers, and, like, his thumb is just, like, on top, like, very softly, and I'm like, "That's not how you grip a big one."
Mm-mm, that's true, that's true. It's a weird he's got, like, a weird jerk-off strategy.
And Sangwoo gets pissed at him.
Yeah, no, he gets very annoyed and vampire bites him.
Yeah, fucking ow. Like, I was
No,
like,
that looked like it
"Ew."
really hurt, actually. It wasn't like a sexy bite, like, he, like, tackles him and, like, bites him.
Like, his skin is stretched out.
Yeah, no, it looks really gross. It does not look pleasant at all.
And then, Sangwoo decides he's gonna fuck him, but then we get a panel of "Tain't no asshole."
Yeah, we've gotten Tain't no asshole a couple of times now.
Yeah, but this one's pretty prominent because, like, it's, like, full, like it's just a weird angle, and, like, you could see, like, the lump of the
Yeah,
taint.
no, it's just weird.
But yeah, and, like, Boom, he wants to be fucked, but not he's like, "Not this way."
Yeah, no, he has consented to fucking, but not like this.
No.
This is a little much for him.
Yeah, and he does not want it. But Sangwoo does not care, and he looked like a dead person when, like, it cut to them being done.
No, I think he passed out at some point.
Yeah, in that shot where you can, like, see his ribs and
Yeah, he
shit.
does not look healthy.
No, he looks like a puppet.
Yeah, he does.
A little
It's
bit.
not good, it's not good. And then Sangwoo was like, "I'm gonna go midnight skiing." I mean, snowboarding by myself.
Like, they didn't do it in Boys Over Flowers, right? But they did it in, the Chinese version of
Yeah,
it?
they did.
Yeah.
I don't know why he would, but he does. He's like, "I gotta
Yeah.
calm down. I'm gonna go snowboard alone
At night.
at night." And then, of course, off the mountain, you know, he strays off path.
He noticed when he was going up the lift that there were some tracks going through, like a barrier, like a gate off to the side. And so when he reaches that point of the mountain, he decides, you know what, I'm gonna follow them. I'm gonna follow them because, like, it's interesting.
It looks like that mom from earlier and her stepson, like, crashed.
Yeah,
Don't know how this happened to them. Don't know how
No
long they've been
idea.
here or how nobody found them. But
there's only tracks for skis, but, like, the kid is also there.
yeah, no, they have crashed on the mountain somehow. This makes no sense to me, but whatever.
I want to say, like, wait, let me go back up. I'm gonna Sherlock this for a second. I only see ski marks going down. There
Mhm.
is one big loop-de-loop for a snowboard, and the skis go straight. I guess I don't know. Maybe the kid, like, jumped over the fence. That's the only way there could be
Yeah,
tracks for the skis, but not.
something like that. I mean, okay, here's what I will say. I'm not totally sure that these people are actually here. Like, because
Yeah.
sometimes Sangwoo does just imagine shit, but I think they are.
Yeah. We get an ambulance later,
Yeah,
but we don't see who's
who's in
really
it.
in it. Yeah. You could assume I I feel like there's actually a person here, but I don't know if it's like them,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Cuz like
There's definitely,
it
like,
would
somebody that he kills
yeah.
on this mountain, but
Unless this was like a specific memory he had at one point, there it would be a pretty big leap for him to imagine like the gate being busted and
yeah, yeah.
um all that.
Something happened here.
Yeah, so something definitely happened, but there's that weird red glow, so I don't know if it's actually the mom and the kid.
Yeah.
Plus, they're in such a weird I don't understand how you
Oh, you
they
crash like
would get
this?
away. Yeah, but yeah, that's chapter 43. The
Yes.
weird porn and sex, and then whatever the fuck is going on outside the mountain.
And chapter 44 starts up. Sangwoo is going down the mountain and sees them, and he's, like, freaking now. Like, he's really entering his flop era. He's
Mm.
having, like, a psychotic episode. He's, like, squatting on the ground crying.
He got so nutso and, like, he got on top of that lady. I was like, "Oh my god, he's gonna fuck the dying lady with a neck injury." Like, he just looked so out of it, and I
Yeah.
was like
No, he's not doing well.
and then I was confused. This might this has nothing to do with what actually happens because he doesn't fuck the lady, but, I was I was confused and, wondering if that counts as necrophilia, if it's someone who's got a severe neck injury and is probably going to die.
If it's somebody actively dying,
Yeah,
I don't think so. I think it has to be, like, a completely lifeless, like,
a
dead
fully dead
body.
person.
Maybe if it were somebody dying that was also in, like, a brain dead coma.
That would count as necrophilia.
To me, I don't know, though. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know what
I
the
don't
rules
know.
are with that. Anyway, he squats down on top of this lady, and
Yeah.
he's like, "I won't kill you if you let me kill your son." And she's like, "No."
Which is super weird. That's a weird one. There maybe I'll talk about it when we get to the panel. I know there's a panel that, like, parallels his own life, but I can't remember where it is.
Well, there's like he's like your life or your son's life, pick one. And she
Yeah,
picks the kid, and he gets like super angry.
and he does his own Sherlocking. He's like, "The kid called you lady the whole time. Are you his stepmom?" She doesn't say anything, but he goes on a whole rant of like, "You really gonna give up your life for some kid that another lady gave birth to? You've never even given birth. You wouldn't understand." Like,
Yeah, no, he's very rude to this woman, but she insists that he spare the little kid. And then he's like kind of nice for a minute. He's like, "Oh, wow, you really love him. You must have been a really
yeah.
good mom. That kid's gonna have a happy life because you took good care of him." And he's like
Yeah.
crying. And then he's like, "But what the fuck am I supposed to do?"
There is a point where he's like, "All right, fine, fine. I'll kill you. I'll spare the kid." And he goes and picks up some snow and stuffs it in the kid's goggles to like make sure the kid, if he wakes up, doesn't see him killing the kid's mom. And I'm like, "You're just gonna give that kid like frostbite on his
Oh, there's
eyeballs."
no way that kid's gonna live through this because he also just leaves
Yeah,
him on the mountain.
he
The kid's
does.
going to freeze to death, like, regardless.
But, like, if if the mom wasn't, like, actively dying and could think for 2 seconds, like, that would be sus.
Yeah.
Like, just shoving snow in the goggles. Like, he's
I'm
you could
not
at
sure
least
that
pull the
she can
hat
see,
down.
though. I think she can't see.
She's crying really hard, so
Yeah, well,
even if
even
she
when
did
he
have
first walks up, she's like, "Is there somebody there? Like, is someone,"
right, yeah.
like, I don't think she can see him.
She does have red around her irises, but I don't know if that's just because she's, like, crying or whatever, but
Yeah. So he tells her she's a good mom, and then he freaks out and starts yelling at her like she's his mom, calls her a bitch, and, how could you do that to me and all that shit. Strangled her to death.
at one point, it looks like the kid is crawling towards them, but, like, it's
Yeah.
just an unfortunately drawn panel, like
Oh my god, it's not good. He strangles this lady and then he hallucinates that his mom is behind him, trying to stab him. And then he freaks out, trips on a tree. He's screaming. It's just not good. He's just having like a real issue.
yeah, the mom's like, "You're gonna die a painful death."
Yes, yes, that's
Yeah,
important. I should have mentioned
it's
that.
an
That's a major
important
plot
line.
point. That's kind of like a big character moment. Huh?
Because he mentions it later and then Boom can't stop thinking about it.
Yes.
So,
So he hallucinates the mom and he freaks out and runs away and ends up going back.
yeah. And there's still that weird thing with the dripping water. I
Yeah.
don't know why that's like it was emphasized in Boom's flashbacks. That's emphasized here.
Maybe I should make some effort to, because I'm sure it's really not that complicated and I could decode it if I really tried, but I have not.
It's always like I don't know if it's just like a device used to emphasize an empty room.
Yeah.
Because like when you see that, you think it like you picture it like being
It's like
echoey
desolate
and
and
whatever.
it's so
Yeah.
quiet and
But also it's only happened when like Boom was alone in a room, I guess.
yeah.
But I don't know. I'd have to go back and
Maybe it
see.
means loneliness.
Probably. I mean,
Something like that.
there's a whole shit ton of symbolism that has to do with water and film, but I can't remember it. But we did have a mini discussion on it, and I just don't remember
Yeah.
any
Well,
of it. So
symbolism's so context specific. Like,
yeah, well, for like film, it's like a language. Some things that you use,
yeah, I mean, some things have established connotations,
yeah,
but
yeah, because it's used because in like if you're trying to convey something purely visually, if there's already established like, oh, this means this, then you just use that.
yeah,
The most famous ones are the ones for sex.
of course.
Like when they're like making out or whatever, kissing, and then the camera like kind of pans up to like the window or
I
whatever,
was about to say the curtain thing. They do the curtain thing at
But
some point in this too.
they do, but there's also the one that's just straight up like a visual euphemism or whatever, where this like couple is they're like together in bed on a train and they're like making out whatever. And this is like an old black and white film. They're like making out in bed on the train and then it like hard cuts to the train going through a tunnel.
That's a funny one.
Cause like,
I like
yeah,
that.
that was my favorite one just cause like everyone knows what it means. Like,
There you go. There you go. Hate my creaky chair. Anyway, Sangwoo comes home, water's dripping. He climbs into bed in his coat, and he seems to be kind of soaked. He's left like these big wet, like footprints
yeah, he's in his wet clothes.
across the house. So he gets in bed and he's all wet and still dressed and everything and crying.
And he's crying in front of Boom, which is
Yeah,
like
which hasn't
a
happened.
first, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's very vulnerable in this moment. This is a very vulnerable moment for him. But Boom is also half passed out, so
Yeah.
he doesn't say anything.
And he repeats that like, do you think I'll die a most painful death to Boom? And Boom's like,
yeah, he's like, she said this. Do you think so too? And Boom is like, and just like
he just
falls back
passes out
asleep.
again. And that's the end of that chapter.
Chapter 44. We are speeding through these.
We are, because they're pretty simple.
Yeah, no, they're pretty straightforward. I think we're doing good.
Once it starts laying out where he's at, it gets pretty simple about it. But
I was trying to figure out. Okay, chapter 45. They wake up in the morning. Why is he always playing with Boom's legs like that?
I don't know.
Like he's always like stretching his legs.
I mean, bottom school, man.
It's just weird. It's just a weird thing to do.
Yeah, it is a little bit weird.
I also don't like that Boom's nipples are like the same color as the rest of his skin. I just find it really weird.
Yeah, what is it? Your nipples are the same color as your lips, right? I guess his
Yeah.
lips are
No,
the
they
same
are
color as the rest of
too.
his skin, but art style consistency.
There you go.
Sangwoo calls him Babe,
That's true. He does.
which is a little weird.
It is weird. It's really weird.
He says, "Good morning, Babe." He's like, "Hurry up, we have to get ready to go home." And then he says, "Does your butt hurt?"
Oh my god.
I was like, "Wow, you're so considerate."
He's in a an affectionate mood this morning.
We get lots of like hoe Boom shots.
There's plenty of hoeing Boom in this chapter.
God, it's like he's doing the like stomach lay but pushing yourself up on your elbows
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, classic Boom. I love him. For some reason, he goes to talk to Sangwoo, but he's still like doing that pose, and he like turns over his shoulder and talks to him. I was like, you could turn around and just talk to him. There's no reason you need to be facing that way.
This is where we get the ambulance because they walk outside to go to their car and there's like they're loading something into an ambulance.
Yeah, I don't know how Boom isn't immediately like, oh, somebody got hurt. It was probably Sangwoo.
Well, because like it does happen a lot at like sports places that just like people are getting hurt and they go in the ambulance. Like I don't know about a skiing place, but I know at like sporting events, if there's more than like one game going on there, there's usually a ambulance on standby, especially football games. Even like at high school football games, just one team playing against another, there's always an ambulance on standby.
That's true. That's true.
But I don't know about a ski resort, so
They're driving home and Boom sees like a military guy on the side of the road and he's like, "Oh,
yeah.
remember when we met in the military?" And fucking Sangwoo's like, "Who cares?"
I don't remember shit.
I don't remember that. Who gives a shit? There's this horribly sad moment where like Boom is like, "Oh, it's really important to me," but Sangwoo just ignores him.
He's just like, oh, I hated that guy. That's it. He's like, I didn't like his face.
Oh, it's terrible, terrible. He's a terrible man. Boom just wants so badly for them to be in a relationship.
Yeah, and then he drops Boom off at their house and like peels off.
Yeah, he drops Boom off at their house and then he goes into the mountains to like beat the shit out of his parents' car. Like,
Yeah,
because he's just freaking.
which is insane. He like doesn't seem like he planned to do that. He got stuck in like a little pothole.
Yeah, and he got so angry that he pulled his baseball bat out of the trunk and just broke all of his own windows.
Which I thought he was gonna pull the baseball bat out and use it as leverage.
Yeah.
Because like when you drive in the snow, and I should have this in the back of my car, but I don't. People either have like a little wooden block or some sand, and you put it under your back wheel or whatever wheel is stuck for leverage. And then you keep going because you can use your car mats, but you're never going to get those back.
Yeah.
So you have like sand in the back of your car, and you can just toss them underneath. So I thought he was going to use the baseball bat to like leverage himself out of the hole.
No, he's
but he
just
doesn't.
freaking
He uses
out.
it to bust the windows.
He's like, "I'm gonna
And
scream and beat up the car."
the whole door. He like busts the frame too.
Yeah, I love Songwoo's flop era. He's so good. He's losing
But it's not
dude.
it's not totally a flop because he comes back home with a brand new shiny car that's definitely a better make and model.
That's true. That's true. I love when Sangwoo hits this kind of breaking point because he spends 90% of the rest of his screen time just like screaming. Like it's all screaming and crying from here, and I love it.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Oh,
So yes, he
God.
replaces it with an expensive car that he probably can't afford.
Yeah. And he also got Boom a present, but it's a surprise.
It's a
We
surprise.
won't tell him what it is yet.
Now, Boom, of course, thinks this is gonna be a good thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
My guess was anal beads.
I remember distinctly the first time I read this. I was texting my friend Amelia about it, and they were like, "What do you think the present's gonna be?" Like, and I was like, it's definitely either a sex toy, a dead body, or a thing he's going to kill him with later. Like,
Yeah.
one of those three things.
Anal beads could be 2 out of the 3.
They were like, maybe all three.
But yeah, they're a little domestic for a bit. I think they're cooking fried rice.
Yeah, sometimes they do be kind of cute. Like,
Yeah.
it makes
It
me
looks like
upset.
fried rice.
Yeah.
It made me hungry when I was reading it. I was like, I want that.
All I could think about was that Kiwami Japan video where he has like that device to stir the fried rice.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, if only they had that, their fried rice would be done already.
Oh, I got mad that he didn't just push his car out with his insane muscles, but that's okay.
Whatever.
I was confused as to why it was a timed present, like why we had to wait for this present.
Yeah, no, that is interesting.
Yeah,
Once
but
again, I
it's
wouldn't
because
suspect that to be good.
Yeah, he wanted to cook with Boom and make out with him by the stove, which is not safe, but romantic, I
Hey,
guess.
whatever, it was cute.
But they do the yaoi tongue thing where there's too much of it.
They're incapable of kissing without doing the yaoi tongue thing. They do it every single time. They can't just have like a normal cute little kiss. They're always like, bleh.
And Sangwoo grabs Boom's titty.
Yeah.
Like in that shot with the clock in it. Like it's pretty obvious how ginormous his hand is.
Sangwoo was like, "Oh, I love your single colored tit."
But yeah, it's like 8:58 and he's like, "Oh, it's time." And Boom's like, "What?" And he's like, "It's time for your present. It's time. Now is the time for the present." He sits Boom down and there's a shot of the kitchen, and while the stove looks computer generated, there's also a computer generated cup on the table for some reason.
Oh yeah, no, they look really weird.
And it disappears the next shot.
Oh my god. Sure, whatever. The backgrounds in this comic are sometimes really weird.
Oh yeah, there's so much like CG stuff in this kitchen right now.
There's
like,
so much
it's
CG
throwing
stuff
me.
in their background, and then there's always like weird photographs of things with filters
Yeah.
on them, and it's all melded with the stuff that they actually drew. Like it's all just very strange.
But yeah, he tells Boom to close his eyes because he's gonna go get his present. And Boom closes his eyes because he's loyal,
He's a good
faithful.
noodle.
And he's like, what could it be? I'm so excited. I'm getting a present.
Man, dude, you were so dumb. It's not gonna be another little froggy or nothing. Like,
Bum, bum, bum.
last time he had a big surprise for you, it was a girl for you to murder. Like,
Yeah. And this time it's his uncle.
of course it is.
And when I was reading this, I was like, okay, this is only the second time. It's not like the rule of threes, where on the third time it's definitely different. So I was like, this is the second time. I still can't tell if he's real or not.
True.
You know?
Yeah, no, that's a legitimate concern.
It was still up in the air. I was like, I don't know. It could be fake. It could be real, because we're not on the third time that this has happened yet.
But he is real.
Yeah, he's real. As we find out in chapter 46, he is very much real.
Yes.
Because he tries to assault Boom again, which happened in the fakey one.
Yeah.
But then Sangwoo comes in, and what does he do first?
This whole thing is bananas. Fucking Sangwoo.
Yeah.
So the uncle explains that he's been getting calls and texts from Boom's phone telling him to come get him.
Right.
Which is crazy. So Sangwoo has not only been
Which is why I thought it might be fake.
Yeah, Sangwoo's not only been reading Boom's fanfic off of his cell phone, but also calling his uncle.
Mm-hmm.
Sangwoo then comes in and is like, I think he wraps the thing around his face. He comes in with like a plastic bag.
Yeah, but it's like an open plastic bag. Like it doesn't have like a hole. It's just like a sheet of plastic.
Yeah, and he grabs him around the head and like puts him in a headlock.
Yeah.
This is bananas. Like, he's so like, Sangwoo is having so much fun here, like playing superhero and setting up this situation so he could come in and save Boom. It like didn't even occur to him that he's just like re-traumatizing Boom for the 50th time.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Like, it's so like he had like a lion when he comes in. He's like, I don't think so. Oh my god, he's such a moron.
Oh god, he could have just got the uncle, put him in his basement.
Yeah, you didn't have to set it up like that. But he was like, I'm gonna jump in and save him. Like,
yeah, I'll put a plastic bag over his head and then whack his head with a hammer.
Like a bunch of times. Like a bunch of times.
It's time to open your present.
Oh man, it's like, it's a horribly gruesome murder too. Like, he puts this plastic bag over his head and he's just whacking him. There's like 5, 6, 7 thuds.
Yeah, but at least there's no blood anywhere.
That's true, he got it in the bag.
Because it's all inside the plastic bag. And then he's like, what do you think of your present?
Oh my god.
Did you like it? And it cuts to Boom, like, sitting against the kitchen counter. He's sitting on the floor against the counter in just his black turtleneck, and he has no pants on. And he looks like he's from the Single Ladies music video.
Oh my god. Aw, Boom. He wishes he was a single lady.
And at that point, I was like, maybe pull up your pants.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I know you're in shock and stuff, but
Probably pull up your pants.
no, and this is the, for some reason, this is where he draws the line. This is where Boom hits his breaking point. He's like,
Yeah.
why? Like, why would you do? I think it's because Boom thought they were kind of getting normal.
Yeah. Yeah, because he has lines where he's like,
he says we were fine.
Yeah.
We were doing fine.
Yeah, we were doing fine. And then he calls him crazy.
Yeah, he's like, I never wanted to see this person again. I don't know why you thought this would make me happy. I don't want this. Like, you're nuts. It's so cool because now I'm not sure what you want me to do.
Yeah. He's like, now I don't know what to say.
He's like, well. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Oh my god, it's funny.
He's like shaking the dead man's head around, and then he leaves.
Yeah, no, he gets upset that Boom is angry with him, and he storms out of the house.
Yeah, and then Boom has a breakdown in the kitchen.
Understandably, yeah.
Yes.
Boom's not doing so hot at this point.
No.
He's really not doing well.
But we do get flashback to little Boom.
Oh my god, and he's so cute. He's such a cute little guy.
He's so cute. This
with
is
his little
Goob,
visor.
though.
Oh, he's adorable. He's got like his visor and his little boy sandals. Oh.
But like, if you didn't think he was Goob before, like,
oh my god, he's Goob. He looks exactly like Goob.
I need to make a post about it or something.
His like backpack's too big. Oh my god, he's so cute. He's got the froggy visor. Oh, I'm crying.
His uncle's actually like nice to him at this point.
Yeah, it seems like it's before his parents died.
Yeah, what is he, like 6 or 7 here?
Yeah, he's a little boy.
Yeah, and he's like, I know what to do to cheer you up, because Boom's looking a little sad, because he always looks sad.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I know what to do to cheer you up. I'll bring you to the ponies.
Yeah. And he's like,
go to the ponies.
Boom doesn't have fun at the ponies.
But it's funny because it's not like what you'd think, like oh, the uncle's betting, whatever. Like, it doesn't seem like the uncle is betting because he
No,
doesn't
he's
have, like,
just,
the little
like,
thing.
just watching the horse race. He thought kids like horses.
He thought kids like horses, and he was also like, "Whenever I feel down, I like to go to a place that's loud and just yell." I was like, "Okay,
Yeah.
valid,
He gets
valid."
him some chicken. Boom loves food.
Yeah, you got some fried chicken.
Here's one thing I will say about this whole sequence, and maybe about this comic as a whole to some
Mm,
extent. This is a very me opinion, and you know me and what I'm like
mhm,
and the way I think about people and human nature.
mm,
But I've always appreciated about this that like the people and relationships in this are all to some degree multidimensional, even with people
yeah,
that are unambiguously evil, like this character. Like there can
yeah,
be a person in your life that does terrible, terrible things to you, and is in general a terrible, terrible person that still has like moments of good with you.
yeah.
And I think that's something that fiction loses a lot, you know?
With this guy, it's like well, with a couple of the characters in this, it's like they start out good, and then as the, characters that suffer under them get older is when they get, like, worse, and it's kind of interesting because, like, even if, like, people in your own life aren't getting, like, worse, you just start to notice
Yeah,
that, like, they're not
definitely.
as, like, rose tinted as you thought.
As they were when you were
So,
little.
yeah, this comic does it literally, but it is a very much like a real life thing.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's also, especially in abusive situations, like a major element of, you know, what makes it difficult to get out of them is that like
Mm,
people are multidimensional and you think someone's not your abuser unless they're evil 100% of the time and
yeah.
have a completely negative impact on you, but that's just not what people are like.
No.
You know, you're going to see good things about the people that treat you badly because there are good things about everybody, but it doesn't
Mm,
necessarily override
no.
the bad things they do.
Except, Boom, all he has for, like, good things is, like, he picked him up once at school. He, like, helped get his uniform.
He got me some fried chicken.
He hung out with him at once at his apartment or whatever, like, watching TV, and then another time, his uncle fixed a boo-boo on his knee.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all he has.
I know. He's so confused though because he has like one brain cell in his head.
Yeah. And he's like but then he does have, like, a moment of clarity because he's like, "No, you did bad things to me. Like, you were bad.
Yeah,
You're a
you
bad
did
man."
bad stuff and I didn't do anything wrong by hating you.
Yeah.
Like it's your fault that you're in this situation, not mine.
Yeah, and he hallucinates that the uncle's still talking to him, he's like, "I'm gonna stab you with this knife," and he's like, "Idiot, I'm already dead." Boom's like, "Oh, man," and then he really freaks out, and he goes upstairs.
And he hides in the same closet that little Sangwoo was hiding in.
Yeah, Whittle Songwoo was in that closet. Um, I'm noticing now, like, later he's eating spaghetti. When was that spaghetti made?
I
I
was
see it on
wondering
the
that
stove.
too because they were making fried rice and then there's spaghetti
Yeah.
on the stove. No, that drove me crazy. I saw that and I was like, I was like, mystery spaghetti.
I didn't think of it like, at first the first time, but then when he's actually eating it later, I was like, "What the fuck?
Yeah,
Wait a
well, because
minute,
it
where did the
cuts to like
spaghetti
the
come from?"
spaghetti, and the spaghetti is like splattered with blood, blood
Yeah.
spattered
Mhm.
spaghetti. I was like, they weren't making spaghetti. The spaghetti's a
No, they're
lie.
making fried rice. But yeah, he hides in the closet,
Yes.
which is funny because Boom now has been in 2 closets,
Ba da ba ba
and a
da ba.
metaphorical one.
Then we have 2 chapters with fucking Songbei, which is a nightmare. I hate
Ugh.
that shit.
The first chapter I only have 4 bullet points, and the second one I have, like, more, but,
My first bullet point for chapter 47 says, "Not gonna lie, King, you look terrible."
mine is, "Oh my god, why are we back with the police guy? I thought
I
we were
hate
done with
him.
him."
He's having like violent dreams. He's not taking care of himself. He's not shaving. He looks bad.
I didn't think it was him at first. I was like, "Who is this man?"
Yeah, no, he looks totally
Because the
different.
the backstory was the same, but I was fully convinced for, like, 30 seconds that it was, like, a stolen identity situation where this was the real Sungbae, and, like, the
Oh my
guy that
god.
had been on the police force was fake Sungbae, but, it was not the case. The dialogue was weird when he was, like, talking to that lady, he was like, "Sungbae doesn't live here." That's when I was like, "What?" And then I was like, "Oh, no, he's just lying. He's just a liar."
Yeah, no. He's having also a psychotic breakdown.
Yeah.
Now all 3 of them are hallucinating.
Yeah,
They're all crazy.
he dreamed about killing the guy that killed his dad, and I was like, "Okay, he should just get Sangwoo to do it." Like
Honestly, yeah, I bet he'd do it on commission.
yeah,
Girl, why not?
he explained the
Get that cash. He needs
situation.
that money to pay off his new car.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I thought I totally got tricked by Clark Kent because he wasn't wearing glasses, that's why I was like, "This is the same guy."
He sees Songwoo in the mirror behind him and he's like, "You and I are pretty similar. I was like, you wish. You wish you could be Sangwoo.
He does, though, because
You're
he
just
wants to
lame and
kill that
stupid. You
guy.
don't even have, like, a tragic backstory. Your dad got killed with a golf club. Boo-hoo. I don't
That
care.
still doesn't make any sense to me, like, why that guy got so mad and, like, I don't understand.
That's the real psychopath in Killing Stalking. Everyone else
Golf
does
club
things for
guy.
relatively comprehensible reasons, except that guy.
Yeah. Fuck that guy.
The only unambiguously, completely 100% evil human being in Killing Stalking.
Golf club guy.
Golf club guy.
But yeah, my last note on this, and, like, the only other note I have is, why are we getting this chapter? What is the point?
Oh
Like, I
my
just
god.
don't understand. He's like, I understand he's having a psychotic breakdown just like all 3 of them, and I was like, "Ooh, they're all going down at the same time." But other than that, I'm like, "Oh my god." Like, nothing is happening.
Yeah, his friend shows up to try to help him, and he screams at him, and is just generally terrible to him.
Yeah, he screams at him. He screams at the lady that's trying to leave food for him or something.
Yeah, he's just these people just want to help him, but he's just selfish and shitty. I don't know.
Yeah.
I hate this guy. He
Yeah.
has so many people that care about him.
God, let's see. Was there a point to this? There was no point to this conversation with his friend.
Not really.
He told his friend to get out. He's like, "Please," he's just like, "Just leave. Get the fuck out. You suck."
Yeah. No, nothing happens in chapter 47. It sucks.
Yeah, he doesn't accept that food because he thinks it's poisoned or something. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
He's going crazy.
Yeah, he's going.
Ostensibly, he's also going crazy
Yeah.
and treating everyone terribly, just like everybody else.
Chapter 48 starts with this weird, like, dream sequence.
Yeah, this is a little bit more fun.
A little
like,
bit.
He dreams he's being interviewed.
Like, when he was being initially interviewed for the police force is how it starts, because he looks way younger, and, he's recalling the time that he, stopped a robbery, and then instead of, taking the reward for stopping the robbery and apprehending, like, a criminal at large for the police, he's like, "Nah, I wanna join the police force instead." I was like, "Fuck you."
Okay, here's what I will say about this. He says, "You've solved a case even though you're only a civilian." I would not call what he describes solving a case.
It is not.
He's
He's
like,
apprehending a criminal.
no, he's like, I worked at this convenience store and I thought this guy looked sketchy and he reached into his jacket, so I beat him with a scanner. Like, that what? That's not solving a case. That's
No.
just beating up a guy that turned out to be a criminal.
Well, he did say the guy said he had no money, and when he started getting angry and reached into his jacket, he rightfully pulled a defensive maneuver, but he shouldn't have beat him over the head with a scanner.
Yeah, you probably should have just, like, I
Ducked.
would have ducked and covered if I were you, yeah. Okay, whatever.
Like, he had correct instincts of, like, oh, he's gonna pull out
something bad might
but
happen here. Yeah.
he decided the solution was to beat him with a scanner.
Like, boy, okay, and then and then there's a weird implication. He tells this story and he's like, yeah, and I decided instead of taking the reward, I wanted the special entrance to the National Police University.
Which is
And
dumb.
the interviewer's like, sounds almost like you were
You
just
yeah.
after that entrance, huh? Like you just set that up.
God.
Like you were just attacking people in the hopes that this would happen. And he's like, haha, cut this out.
And then they ask him about the police chief, and he's like, "Oh, he's really important to me." And I was like, "How did you? I thought you didn't know him until you became the police." And then that's when I started to realize this is like a super out of sequence interview.
Yeah.
Like it's an interview. It seems like one interview, but it's actually ends up covering a lot of his life. Like they're just asking about all his life, and it's not like a police
Yeah.
academy entrance interview. So
It's so funny too, because he's like, this guy did so much for me, and then it's like you got that kind person demoted. Like
he's like,
that's all
"Ha,
you've ever done for
let's
him.
skip this."
I also like that he calls somebody Sunbae in this interview, and it tells you what Sunbae means.
Yeah.
But they've been using Hyung and Oppa for like
Yeah, they used I think
chapters and chapters and never explain what it is.
they explained Hyung and Oppa in the last chapter, but not anything before that. Sorry, not the
Yeah,
last
I was
chapter,
like-
but the skiing one where they used it. Then let's see, because this is it covers like, going into more cases that he's worked on. And the question is like, the case regarding the murder of the female college student, it's ongoing and there doesn't seem to be much progress. Are you still independently investigating it? And he's like, based on the testimony of the people associated with the suspect, no, the culprit. I was like, he's still a suspect 'Cause you haven't investigated him yet. You
He's a
said you
suspect
need to
because you have
investigate
no
him.
evidence.
He's not a
You have
culprit.
no evidence.
There is no culprit until you, like, investigate the suspects and figure out
He's
who
a
did it.
terrible cop. He's a terrible cop. Also, there's a great bit in here where he's like, if nobody had helped me, I could have ended up just like that criminal. I was like, so you recognize the environmental factors that made that man a criminal, but you still remorselessly beat him with a scanner. You have no sympathy for him or anyone else. I was like, I hate this man.
Oh god, I was like, "What a weird and specific dream this is." Like, it's so weird.
It's really weird. So then fine, okay.
Yeah, they talk about Sangwoo and shit and
The interviewer starts insulting him.
Yeah.
And he's like, where the fuck is this coming from? And then he realizes the interviewer is Sangwoo.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, you characterized him completely correctly in your dream, despite meeting him like once.
Yeah. It's like you're teetering between being an excellent policeman and a terrible policeman at the same time. Like, he knows exactly what Sangwoo's like.
Exactly. You got him completely correct.
He just has no evidence. That's like the worst
Oh my
nightmare
God.
for like a dude like him.
Oh, it's so funny.
But he's picturing him as like fucking Joker. Like Sangwoo is
Yeah,
his Joker.
I'm telling you, this man thinks he's Batman. Like, he does. And he thinks he's run into, like, his arch nemesis. Sangwoo ain't even know your name, bitch.
Oh god.
He does not care. He has not thought about you since you were out of his line of vision.
Yeah, no. Once he could start fucking Boom again, he was like, whatever. I don't care about the cops.
Yeah.
But he
But
has
whatever, dude.
yeah, this cop has no water. His water got turned off because it's not working. He's not paying his water bill, so he has to go out and buy some fucking water. And he like sees
Yeah.
someone getting arrested and he's like, I have to go correct these officers
Oh
on
my
how they're
God.
arresting people. And I'm like,
Even though this guy is behaving, like, the other cop is behaving exactly the way Sungbei does. Like,
Yeah.
just making a huge stink and being super aggressive for no reason.
yeah.
Oh my God. So anyway, he gets into an argument with the cops and then he throws his water bottles at him and runs away.
Which is stupid move. You needed those.
Yeah, you did need those. Like,
He runs away in flip flops. I have to give him a little bit of credit for that one. But
a little bit of leeway for that.
are they slides? I think they're slides, which
They
is
are
even
slides.
harder.
I wrote running away from the cops in your Nike slides in my notes.
Let's see.
Yeah, he starts hallucinating Sangwoo's talking to him again.
Right. I was like, this is
He
like
runs outside and yells at this lady.
Oh yeah, and the lady turns out to be the daughter of the guy who killed his dad. And I was like, this is actual interesting story. Why did you hold out on me on this? Like,
Honestly. Well, here's the thing about this lady is like she seems genuinely nice and like she just feels bad and wants to help him and all he does is scream at her and say terrifying shit.
he's like, I'm gonna kill you. And she's like, guess what? My dad is dead. And he's like, I didn't need to know that.
And she's like, I just thought you might want to know.
He's like, no, fuck off.
He crushes her fingers in the door, like
Not on purpose. She did like stick her hand in there, but like then she's like, I'm sorry, I annoyed you. I won't come back again. And then he gets happy about the dude killing him. Or sorry, the dude dying.
Yeah, he doesn't even feel bad. Like, this nice girl came over to give you news that she thought would make you feel better and to bring you food because you're clearly not doing well and you're unemployed.
Yeah.
And you screamed at her and hurt her and then didn't even, like,
And then had a
feel bad
breakdown
about
again.
it. I hate this guy. I hate this guy.
Yeah. But his chapter's over.
Fuck the police.
That's his chapter's done. We get to go back to
yeah, the people I care
the
about.
people I care about and
this serial killer that I like better.
they're doing it and or like they're doing it in his what is this? It's happening in his head, right? But like there's a line
Boom is having a dream
Yeah.
that they're having sex now. It's formatted exactly the same as fucking Sungbei's dream.
Yeah, there's a line where he pictures Sangwoo saying, wow, you're so wet inside. And before it explained what that was, I was like, that's not
That's not supposed to happen.
That's not supposed to happen. And then he says, oh, someone already came inside you. I was like, double cum? Double cum?
Yeah. No,
Ew.
so Boom is having double cum dreams.
Gross.
He also dreams that fucking Sangwoo stretches about, which has never happened.
No. And then he also like Boom flips to his side and fake Sangwoo is like, oh, it's gonna hurt more. It's gonna hurt more if you do that. I was like, I don't think there's a huge difference, but again, I'm not thinking with my ass. So I feel like with your ass though,
sometimes
on your side, it might be a little bit more open. Maybe.
No.
Unless
No, he's right.
Not the way that Boom gets fucked on his back. He doesn't like pull his legs up high enough to like open up.
Yeah, that's true, for, like, a proper missionary.
Yeah, it's the, like, actual missionary, not the, like, proper good feeling missionary, you know?
Yeah.
It's the, like, I'm just tired missionary is what they do because he keeps his feet on the ground. Sometimes Sangwoo lifts him up or whatever, but, yeah, no, the way he does it on his side would be better this way, but then we get a ho boom shot.
There's a ton of ho boom in this. I think this is really interesting as a character moment, like, that this is his dream,
Yeah,
because he still imagines it hurting, like, he wants it to some extent to still be painful
yeah.
in his fantasy
He
version
wants
of
it
it.
to be painful, but he also wants to be stretched out.
Yeah. Not quite that painful.
Just a little bit painful. He wants that good friction.
And he's still, like, crying and stuff, like,
But,
oh my god.
surprise, surprise, it's not Sangwoo fucking him in his dream, it's his dead uncle.
Um, Also, one more comment about this dream before
Mm.
we discuss the implications of that, which are bad.
Yeah.
There is finally, like, a boom bum pun here.
Oh, yeah, 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 I wrote that down, I was like, "Bum's bum."
Yeah, I was like, "Finally, somebody did it. I've been waiting this whole time."
Oh god, yeah. Thank you for bringing that up, I almost missed that note. All it says is "Boom's bum," but
Yeah, it's very important. It's very
yeah.
important.
But yeah, his uncle is fucking him, but it's his uncle with the bag over his head and bloody busted up.
Yeah, it's his dead
Which
uncle fucking him.
maybe the artist didn't wanna draw it, but I feel like if you were hitting the head with a hammer a bunch, there would be more
More
skull.
brains.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
I was
you
thinking
don't have
that
to draw
too.
that.
That's okay. I'm good without it. I'll
Um,
live.
but yeah, that happens.
And then he's, like, freaking. He's having, like, a weird kaleidoscope, like, LSD dream now.
Yeah, of the the roller coaster picture. I had to stop for a second because it's so fucking funny. It's just like real people. It looks like a roller coaster tycoon promotion.
It literally does, yeah. So it's wild. It's wild. He's picturing all this stuff from that fucking amusement park date.
Yeah.
Like,
There's the like decapitated head and like a real picture of a vampire devil.
it's just bananas. He's just going wild. And then he pictures, like, that inverted scene where he's, reaching for Sangwoo while he's crying.
Yeah. And they look like Smurfs.
They do look like
He's all
Smurfs.
blue.
Anyway, that wakes him up.
Yeah. And he's still in the closet.
He's still in the closet. He climbs out of the closet. And he's like, I don't remember what I just dreamed about.
Like I do.
Like, damn, I'll never forget. That was bananas.
And he goes back downstairs. And oh my god, the uncle's gone. He's gone.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, he's losing it. He has no idea what's happening.
Yeah.
Then for no reason, he's like, oh, I bet Sangwoo is back. And he's like creeping around the house looking for him.
Yeah, looking for
He's not
Sangwoo,
back.
looking for his uncle. He's like, uncle's still alive. He's gonna kill me. So he's like,
Yeah, he's like creeping around the house with a wrench.
yeah, he's like, that'll
Like he's
defend
gonna
me.
be able to fight that dude off.
And we get a picture of the living room, which I didn't realize we never saw.
Yeah, that's true. We've never seen the living room before
Yeah.
this point, have we?
We've seen
It's
the
a
clock.
weird living room.
Yeah, we've seen the clock in the living room, but I didn't realize that clock was in a different room.
Yeah.
I didn't realize there was a living room, but
I'm really confused about those like blinds in the corner that aren't like attached to anything. They're just like up.
It might be okay, this is only because I saw this today in, like, all those apartment videos that I've been watching, because there was one where she, like, turned around in the living room, and this apartment did have weird, like, heating systems. It had one that looked like one of those, like, fakey stove things, on the floor, but it also had one in the wall, and it kinda looked like that,
Huh.
where it was, like, vents.
So maybe it's something like that.
Yeah, up a column, but it doesn't quite look like that, it does look more like blinds, because there's those 2
Yeah,
lines.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of the background stuff in this, I don't know if this is intentional or if it's just because it looks weird,
Yeah.
But like a lot of it is kind of surreal. Like,
Yeah.
like you're just kind of thrown off by the way everything looks in the background.
Yeah.
And part of that, I'm sure, is because this artist is attempting to save time by using CG and photos.
Yeah, you just use
that aren't
models and
composited properly.
plop them in there.
But it does successfully make everything feel like off balance and weird and dreamlike.
Yeah.
And this is one of those things for me where I'm like, you can't quite tell what it's supposed to be, and it's just very like unsettling and weird.
Yeah. But the uncle is still there. The uncle's dead on the floor.
Yeah, Boom realizes he was imagining that the uncle wasn't there.
He realized he's imagining, but he still thinks the uncle is alive. And he's like, get up.
Yeah.
Get up. I'm holding a wrench. Get up.
And then he touches him and he's like, oh no, he's cold and dead and gross.
Yeah.
There is also now nothing on the stove at this point.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's happening with the spaghetti.
It's ghost spaghetti.
I'm losing my mind trying to figure out the spaghetti.
Yeah, and he thinks Sangwoo is home, and he's like, "Stop playing a prank. Come out here with the spaghetti. Bring the spaghetti."
Then he hides under the desk. I have a note here that's like, "Boom alone in this house is me spending quarantine in my parents' place." Like, this is how it feels every day.
This is where I wrote, "Boom is now officially losing it." Like,
Yeah, no, he's not well.
and
Like,
also, you're gonna hate me for this next, note that I made, but when he, like, goes under the desk, he, like, brings some clothes and stuff and, like, puts them on his head
mhm.
and wraps himself in them. And, like, he's nesting just like an omega.
That is a gross note, but I did make a note that says huffing Songwoo's clothes, so we had the same thought. We have the same brain, don't worry.
But that's the end of the chapter. He's, nesting under the desk.
There you go. Not
Oh god,
nesting.
and
Girl.
it's a nest. It's
Girl.
also because there was a ABO fic that I read with that in it, but also, I just passed that, like, "Am I the asshole?" Post that was, like, the boyfriend, like, nests instead of having a bed. Like, he just has piles of
Oh
clothes
my
and
god, I
shit.
forgot about that, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen that post.
So that's why it was fresh in my mind. I was like, "Oh, he's
Oh
nesting."
my god. Episode 50. Oof. This one starts off strong. We're eating the blood spaghetti on the floor.
Yeah, and he's eating it like how I would use chopsticks before I knew how to use chopsticks.
Oh no, this is a really excellent. He's doing he's got like the hoe arch again.
Yeah, he's fisting the,
He's
like,
like
chopsticks with the spaghetti, like,
ass out eating blood spaghetti on the floor
eating spaghetti off of the floor because he, like, drops some on
with his
the
hands.
yeah,
Oh god. Yeah. No, I was like, This is also a quarantine mood.
and he does the, like, toe curl thing, and he's, like, squirming around. You're like, "What? What?" And then he's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
it must have gone bad." I'm like,
I was like, it
"When?"
didn't go bad. It's covered in blood.
And also it's magic ghost spaghetti, so I don't know where you got
Yeah,
that
so
from.
it just can't be good.
Right, because then it's gone again, right? Is that the
Yeah.
correct perspective?
I don't know.
Oh, wait, no. Wait, wait, wait. Hang on, I'm trying to compare, like, 2 shots. I have to scroll,
Yeah.
like, a million miles. I think it is
Yeah, because there's all those flashbacks of him with
yeah.
Sangwoo.
I think it is supposed to imply that the spaghetti is gone, but it is not in the right spot, so
Oh my god. I don't know what's happening with the ghost spaghetti. Killing Stalking Ghost Spaghetti is gonna be like a character that's added to our repertoire, like Freed Selzen and Jack and
Killing Stalking
and the
Ghost
egg guy.
spaghetti. I'll put him down the VIP character list.
Yeah.
Ghost spaghetti.
Oh my god.
Um, there's a bunch of flashbacks with Sangwoo to, like, his happiest moments with him, I guess, or whatever, I don't know. But there's one where it looks like he's topping Sangwoo.
It's just imagining. Someday. Someday if I'm lucky, if I keep it up.
Like, doesn't that? Because, like, I was like, you could be like, "Oh, he's just, bottoming from the top," but Sangwoo's legs are all, like, pulled up.
Yeah, all like skewed up. I saw that too.
I'm trying to remember, that's not when he was sitting against, like, the headboard of the it looks like he's laying down on a bed. It's a weird
It
perspective,
does. Yeah, I think he is
but
actually sitting up against a headboard, but
yeah.
the headboard looks like a mattress.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it be what I want it to be, so
Yeah. Listen, Boom wants to top him so bad, and I
he
don't blame
does.
him. I would too, dude.
I feel like Sangwoo would allow it, I just don't know in what situation.
I feel like there is definitely a situation in which he would indulge that, but I
Yeah.
think it would be difficult. It would take some
You know
convincing,
what?
and he'd have to be in a specific weird mood.
If Boom had said that he had felt something after he killed that girl, maybe he would've been able to top Sangwoo,
Honestly,
but
that's all you needed, man.
but yeah, then, Boom finds that letter that from, like, years ago from the girl that
Oh, that the
confessed
little
to
girl wrote, yeah.
yeah, to
Yeah, I
Sangwoo.
honestly I did not write anything about this, but he reads the little girl's note and he's like, "Oh, that's funny and cute." He has
Yeah.
like a kind of normal reaction to it in contrast to Sangwoo's mom, who was a creepy freak about it.
Oh, I didn't even notice this one, but he finds, like, a locked drawer in the
Oh
desk.
yeah,
I
he
forgot
can't
about
get into
that,
it.
yeah. So there's a locked drawer in the desk. That's, like, something you're supposed to remember for later if you were playing a game, but I just didn't even notice it, so
So you know what,
I was
whatever.
more focused on the letter. I wanted to see if he was gonna read it, which he does.
He
He
does.
reads the letter,
It makes him think of when he first had a crush on Sungwoo, and it makes him laugh, and then it makes him cry.
and that makes him
And then he jacks off and he's holding this little girl's letter, and I was like, this feels weird. Put it
wait a
away.
minute, but first this is when he was getting, like, is this the person in charge in the military, or is this him picturing him banging Sangwoo in the military? I think it's him getting raped in the military, right? Which is
Yeah.
because it didn't imply that. It just implied that he got, like, assaulted
Like, yeah.
on a less invasive level,
Yeah.
but I guess not.
I don't know. It's not clear.
But yeah, he pictures that while he's reading the letter, and then he jacks off with the letter in his hand.
Yeah,
So
it's just very strange. And I know he's not in a good
no,
place. But I'm like, this is just very weird.
but he tilts in the chair.
He also is inches away from falling over in
Yeah.
that chair.
I was like, death by chair
He's leaning
masturbation.
that chair back really far.
And he keeps picturing that moment where he was gonna, like, ask Sangwoo what he meant by dying a painful death, but falling asleep
Yeah, because he was
instead.
crying and he didn't say anything.
Yeah, and then he goes back downstairs and, "Oh my god, the uncle's gone. Oh my god, the uncle's gone, but I can get the wrench on the floor." And then there's a creepy shadow man.
But when he comes out, it's the return of the king, baby! Don't worry, he's back and greasier than ever!
He looked like a wet dog.
Oh my god, Sangwoo's flop era! He's so... It looks like he hasn't taken a shower in 3 days!
Yeah. How long has it been?
I don't know.
Couldn't have been
I think
more.
only a couple of days.
Yeah, maybe, like, 1 night, 2 nights.
Yeah, something like that. I think 2 nights. I
Yeah.
think 2 nights.
That's the end of chapter 50, that's where I stopped.
That's where we leave off for now.
Because it felt like a good, cliffhanger / end
It is
of
a good cliffhanger, and the 50s, I think, are as bananas as this gets.
Okay.
So I'm very much looking forward to next time.
So, should we do all 10 next time, or should we split it up into 8 and 8? Like, do you remember there being a lot of stuff
Yeah.
going down in, like, the last 7 chapters that it would be in, like, we would spend extra time talking about them? You know what? Yeah,
maybe.
I think we should just do 7 for the last, because then we can spend more time talking about it.
I was about to say, yeah, because we could talk about the whole
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And there is a lot of stuff. Also, it would be closer to 8 because the last chapter's double length.
Right, yeah.
Um,
So it'd still be
so
about
yeah,
the
no, I
same.
think we split it. Split it. We'll go up to 60 and then do 61 through
Okay.
65. Plus, there's the Christmas special, and it's really 66 because there's the end.
Should
chapter.
we read the Christmas special, or should we leave it?
Read the Christmas special for this one. It's vaguely plot relevant. It's at least canon. Like, it takes place in canon.
Oh, okay, it wasn't like the other Christmas special.
Yeah. Oh, I'm excited. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
but anyway, yeah. So, what's our discussion question for this week? Do we have anything?
What
Or
is
this
our
month?
discussion?
I keep saying this
I have
week.
I have to start remembering that, like, we need a discussion question,
Yeah.
like, while I'm reading.
I always forget. I had that one, but I can't even remember. Oh, the necrophilia thing, but it didn't turn out that he did
What
that,
is-
so it doesn't really count.
What is our discussion question for this week?
The ghost spaghetti.
The ghost spaghetti. What is your most ghostly piece of food?
No, what happened to the fried rice?
Yeah, no, I would also like to know what happened to the fried rice.
Where'd it
actually.
go?
If you have any theories about what happened to the fried rice, please let us know.
Was he just eating fried rice, but, like, picturing it as ghost spaghetti?
Maybe he was picturing it as spaghetti. Well, spaghetti's kind of a creepier food than fried
It
rice,
is.
right?
It would explain him trying to shovel it with the chopsticks.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
I don't know. Where do you think the fried rice went? Up his ass?
Could be.
Could be there.
It's in the other universe with all of the fucking hallucination people that we've been seeing in these chapters.
Yeah. It moved on to another life.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but drop your ghost spaghetti fan art.
Please,
I
please
want it.
plug your Ghost Spaghetti fan art. I want to read the Ghost Spaghetti fanfic, please.
Start thinking what you want to recommend to us.
Yeah, for sure. I want to know what we're doing next.
Yeah. Which we won't know for 5 months, but that's okay.
In 5 months, we'll start recording the next book club. Oh my god,
It's got to
that's
be
funny.
mostly free or, like, very cheap.
Yeah, I've already spent so much money
Yeah.
on this. I spent so much money on Killing Stalking.
Recommend us something. If it's good enough, I will buy it if it's under $15.
Oh
But
my
it's gotta
god,
be
iconic. If no
accessible.
one recommends anything, we're doing Captive Prince, so watch out.
That's true. But for Captive Prince, I think we should do, like, 1 book an episode.
Yeah, because it's so long.
Yeah. And also there's a lot to chat about, but it's not like this where you can chat about each chapter as you go.
Yeah, it's not as dense as this is.
Yeah. And also we both read that one, so I feel like it would be more just like a discussion of what the fuck even
What the fuck happened?
like yeah.
What the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? No, but I would love to do more manga. If there's a
Yeah.
terrible manga, or just a really weird manga, because I actually don't think this is terrible.
No,
But
yeah.
if there's a really weird, like, whack manga,
Which
please recommend.
I know there's, like, a shit ton of whack yaoi out there.
Oh, there is. We could do 10 count.
10 count? I feel like I've heard of that one.
I read it specifically because I wanted to buy the figurines
Oh
for
god.
my figure collection, and it was terrible, but the figures are really cute.
Right, that's why I know about it, 'cause we were talking about that.
Anyway, we'll come up with something,
Yeah.
but give us ideas.
Give us ideas, maybe we'll take them.
Maybe we'll take them.
I'm looking at the, like, cover basically, like, you know, where you click on all the chapters. His
Yeah,
nipples are slightly different in color.
that's true. They said everyone's gonna be looking at this image, so they have to get a little bit more nipple detail.
Slightly different colored nipples.
A little bit extra nipple detail on this one.